Guys, it's Jeffrey back with another video, and real quick, in today's video I'm just going to go over a few pairs that I'm looking at going forward into tonight's London session and for the rest of the week. So if you're not subscribed, real quick, just make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well as hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every single time I post a video, which is daily for my analysis videos, once a week for my weekly analysis videos, and I also do educational videos throughout the week. So let's start with the dollar index, and we did get a breakout of the range that we were talking about. So we made a quick move above it, and then we've immediately traded back into it. So I'm watching this gray box right here, which is, what is it? I think it's 30 minutes. Sorry, trying to see what time frame it is. I guess it is the hourly time frame that I was looking at. Okay, so I'm just looking for really a break below this gray box here, just to confirm that this is the high and it now wants to go lower. Ideally though, you know what? I'd rather not see this box break. I'd rather see this low right here break. So let's take a look at this box. I'd like to see a breakthrough here. So yesterday we came down and then we didn't break it, and then we immediately traded higher, took out the range high. So this could have just been a stop run, and then now we move back down, coming back into this support level here that is 89.55. So actually first objective would be 89.65, then 89.55. But what I want to see is a breakdown first. Okay, so if we get a breakdown below this gray box, then a retest, I'm going to be looking for further weakness from there. Okay, so just keep this on your charts and keep it marked up for your dollar index, because I believe we have the high end now, but it's kind of hard to tell because they may use this level here as a bullish order block like they did for this. So basically, just to explain, we were trading in a range. We had a bullish order block that formed, then we took out the stops of the range, traded back down into the bullish order block. So price repeats itself, right? So we've got a range, it's just a bigger range, and then we've got a bullish order block, broke above it, okay, took out all these stops, and now we're retracing possibly into this support level here. That's why I want to see a break of this gray box, because that would confirm that this is the high, and then now we're looking to move lower. Alright, so with that being said, let's look at my focus for tonight and going into the rest of the week. So looking at euro and cable, I don't really see anything clear at the moment. We did get a nice push down yesterday on euro, and the thing is, it's hard to tell when the markets aren't in sync with each other, right? Like, for example, dollar CAD moved down yesterday, US dollar moved up, and euro moved down. And so anytime, these pairs are supposed to correlate with the dollar index. So if euro USD goes up, US dollar should go down, right? Well, right now we're not seeing that happen. We're seeing a major decline on Canadian dollar, as well as basically just a consolidation on the dollar index. And the reason I'm still considering this a consolidation is because this high and this low is the range that it's been trading in. Okay, so it came up and took out the stops, but it immediately came back within the range. So I'm watching this to see what we get. Of course, I'll update you guys in the Telegram group. Once again, if you're not a part of that, you can join in the links in the description. But yeah, at the moment, I don't see anything for euro or cable. So that's why I'm keeping my focus on USD CAD and USD JPY. So let's go over what I'm looking at. Well, first off, let's talk about the trade that we took yesterday. So I called a trade at 29.15 here, and I said put your stop loss above this high, 30 pip risk, targeting 28.30 as the first objective. So that's about 80 pips, and then we were targeting, oh sorry, no, it was 28.60, which was 50 pips, 80 pips at 28.30, and then 28 big figure was about 110 pips. So overall, we got all three of the targets achieved last night. So it was a really nice trade that we had seen. And if you watched yesterday's review video, I basically talked about this breakdown here, which is what I was waiting for to confirm a market structure break and then get this level to hold here. So I entered on this candle here, and if you watch the review video, it wasn't during session time, so I did exit the position. Well, actually, no, I got stopped out at 29.17, and it poked up and came up to 29.21 and then sold off. So on a lower time frame, once I started seeing it push down, I got in again. So let me take a look and see if I could find it. Let me make this bigger. Okay. Here we go. Alright, so if you look, this was the breakdown, okay, and then we created this range right here. So this range that was created was basically to get people to start buying this, right? So whenever they were buying this, selling this. This range created a potential opportunity for people to start selling. But the mistake was it wasn't during session times, so a lot of people that enter during then will get stopped out because they put their stop loss here, but during session times they'll run it back up, clear the stops, and then drop it lower. So once I seen this big candle pushing down like this on a 5-minute time frame, I just entered right here where you see this little black line. I just entered right here, and that's typically how I will enter, right? Like if I see the market starting to push down and it's at a key level, after running out some stops like this, then I'll just enter the market and I'll throw my stop loss above the previous high. So a 10 pip stop, targeting this low here for 50 pips. So that's 5-to-1 trade objective. So that's how I got back on board. And if you look, I mean, on a 5-minute time frame, there was multiple opportunities to get back on board. You just have to look for the bearish price action, which is lower lows and lower highs. So just for example, here we had a lower low, and then we had a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So basically every lower high was a potential entry opportunity, right? Because every lower high never broke the previous lower high, right? So during London session, we started to get a nice little breakdown here of about 50 pips. And this push up, of course, was a potential opportunity to get in again. But there wasn't anything for me to clearly frame this trade idea off of at this level. 28.55. So I'm sure if we go out to a higher time frame, it was a key level of some sort that we could have keyed off of. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so it was this down candle before this push up on a hourly time frame that they keyed off of. So if you were watching it, once we broke through that, retested it here, potential second entry opportunity, and you could have went short that as well. So let's talk about what I'm looking for tonight going into tomorrow. And I'm still looking for short positions on this. I closed everything I had from yesterday, just mainly because it's NFP week and I don't like to hold trades, like overnight or anything. I'd rather just get in intraday, scalp the market, and just get out. And that's just my preference for NFP week. Now, if we were, in next week, for example, second week of the month, no NFP, then I'd probably look to maybe hold this trade all week from where we got in yesterday. but that isn't the case this week, so I'm just being cautious, and I'm going to look to enter kind of on a day-by-day basis based off what I see in the markets. So, all right, if we're looking on an hourly time frame here, we've just broken below this key low here. So I'm waiting for this hourly candle to close, and I want it to be a strong bearish candle, right? So I want it to look something like this, but I want it to be here, breaking these lows. So then what I'll be looking for, the next hourly candle. So my time is 7:26. So next hourly candle will be 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if we get that close below here, I'll look for a retest, and then I'll look to short this again. So let me just illustrate that. Basically, we get a big move down, not just a wick. I don't want a wick like this, but I want a big move, bearish close down like this. Okay. So as long as it keeps pushing lower and closes lower, then we're good. We're gonna look for a retest of this level. Sorry, let me mark this. All right, so we'll get a push up here. Now, I don't know if we're going to get a push up to basically retest the old low, or will we want to come back up into this level here. So I'm going to be a little cautious. Probably won't go in with my full position or anything like that, since we are in NFP week again and we're getting closer now. So I'd recommend to everybody out there, at least use half your position or a third of your normal position size. So if you normally take one standard lot, then put on a third of your position, which would be 0.3 of a full standard lot. So 3 minis. And so, okay, see how we're getting this right now? We're forming a wick, and it's not really closing strong below here. I want to see a big close on the downside. Then I want it to come back up and either retest here or retest here. I'm only going to enter once I get the bearish price action. Okay, again, the bearish price action is just this. It's confirming that it's in a bearish market on a lower time frame. Okay, so once we're trading up to either this level or this level, depending on how much the market pushes up, I'll drop to a 15-minute time frame, and basically I want to see continued lower highs and lower lows, just like we see here. High, low, lower high, lower low. All right, so potential lower high forming in here. And so we could potentially enter this now and put our stop loss above here, just based off a 15-minute time frame, the price action that I'm seeing. But the only thing with that is I always like to wait for a confirmation on a minimum of an hourly time frame, because you never know if this is just going to be a wick and then come back and push up here and clear out some stops. So you just got to be cautious and know what you're looking for. So for me, strong close, retest, and then show me bearish price action on a lower time frame, and then trade lower. All right. So we'll see what we get with USD CAD. Of course, I'll update you guys in the Telegram chat. And for USD JPY, similar scenario. I'm watching this up candle here. So right now you can see it's holding as support. Now if we break below that candle, what will happen? It'll basically be support turn resistance, right? They were buying here, so they should sell here. So once we break through, if we get a retest, then that's a good potential short opportunity, placing your stop loss. If you want to be extra safe, above here, but you should be fine with your stop loss above this candle's high here. So let's map that out. It's about 10 pips, I think. 15 pip stop loss. And my first target would be this low here, 60 pips, then this low for 80 pips. All right. So that is 105.65, and then 105.50. 105.65, then 105.50. Downside targets for USD JPY. And that's it, guys. That's all I'm really looking at for tonight and tomorrow, really. and probably for the rest of the week. Since tomorrow's Wednesday and then we got NFP on Friday, I'll probably be finished trading after tonight if we see a solid setup or anything like that. So that's it for today's videos, guys, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below if you have any questions, and I will see you guys tomorrow.